Yeah, you know what time it is. Valhalla Hour, let's go! Kick back, put on your headphones tight. Rob and Matt, bringing fire every night. From the land of 10,000 lakes, we rule the scene. With a crew so fresh, keeping it raw and clean. Minnesota Vikings, kings of the north. We wear our purple heart and let the battle roar forth. Breaking down the game, dissecting the plays. With passion so fierce, we'll set the night ablaze. So give us a follow, hit that like. Share it with your crew, you know we're about to strike. Valhalla, our podcast, living life bold, where legends are made and stories are told.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What is up, everybody? Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Even though it feels like Friday for me because I'm overnight.
Right. Well, want to start off the day just on a personal note for me. I woke up and seen that Phil Campbell, the longtime guitar player for Motorhead, has passed away. So Motorhead, obviously always one of my favorite bands and everything. Way too young at 66 years old. So rest in peace, Phil. Now he's with Lemmy and they got the band back together, I guess. But in news that people actually care about, we have a new quarterback, ladies and gentlemen, for the cool price tag of only $1.3 million with a $35 million assist from our friends, the Arizona Cardinals. We have officially signed and put into purple Kyler Murray. I think that was probably the worst kept secret ever that we all knew that for weeks that was probably going to happen, and it did. So now that it's official, let's get people's thoughts. Matthew, what are you looking for here?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the big talker is the price tag of 1.3. There's legitimately college quarterbacks that are making more on NIL money than he is on the Minnesota Vikings next year. So all this it could blow up in their faces. I don't understand how. Even if he fucking sucks, it's costing us less than what we're paying our long snapper. Yes. So it's an absolute no-brainer move. This is a quarterback that for his first 3 years in the NFL was a good quarterback. And his most recently is 2024 had like a 6-game streak where he was in the MVP talks. Like he had 21 touchdowns, 7 picks or something like that in 2024. And that was with mediocre help. He had a good tight end, a decent receiver, and terrible coaching. It's no secret this is a great offense, a great defense.
I mean, he had Fitzgerald.
In 2024?
No, not 2024, but he had Fitzgerald at one point in his career.
Yeah, but Fitzgerald was also in the very twilight of his career. It's not like he was in his prime.
That's true.
Right.
But that's just even more to my point. When he had an above-average receiver that could actually catch, he was putting up really good numbers.
He had a good tight end, and he had DeAndre Hopkins again. He played with. The only one that I really respect would be McBride, because Hopkins was at the end of his career. How old was he?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Then he had Marvin Harrison Jr., who people could say that he isn't playing well because of Kyler Murray, but it's not like Brissett was making him look like a stud receiver either. Granted, that's Jacoby Brissett, but whoever the quarterback's going to be next year, it's not Jefferson, it's not Addison, so.
Right.
Yeah, there's no way that I'm going to compare McBride to Jefferson.
Well, two totally different positions, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not comparing McBride to Hawkinson.
No, McBride clears.
McBride might clear Hawkinson because after the injury, he hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
Oh, here's
something. And then the talk. Huh?
Here's something interesting that just got put on here by KCBS Sports Network. Rumor is the Packers are trying to trade for AR-15 as a backup quarterback.
That would never happen.
I'm just saying, if that did happen, that would be the most humiliating thing I think ever.
He would just retire.
Who,
Yeah,
Aaron? Who are we talking about?
Rogers.
Rogers? Yeah, he would just retire.
Yeah. So just for shits and grins, just for hypotheticals, if you had the choice, which I mean, it's already been made, it's not even worth talking about, but it kind of is. Would you rather have had Rogers for one shot, or are you glad with the Kyler Murray route that we went?
I'll let you go first, Sean.
You let me go first? Okay.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson of the Colts is what he meant. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't. Oh, AR-15. I thought.
No.
AR-12. My bad. Okay. Well, that actually, I don't know if.
I don't want to give up anything for anybody.
Yeah.
No, I said the Packers.
Yeah, for the Packers. That'd be interesting. Jordan Love and then Anthony Richardson. Those two don't have anything close to a comparative style of play, in my opinion.
I agree. I actually agree with that.
I don't know how you install, if you're the Green Bay Packers, I don't know how you install your offense and then have a guy that's really going to have a hard time running that as the backup in case Love gets hurt. And we know that Love gets dinged up in games. Malik Willis was a great fit for the Green Bay Packers. I don't think if that's the case, I don't think that's a very good idea. KCBS Sports Network.
He's just not looked good. I personally want to thank the Vikings for listening to me when I said to not go after Anthony Richardson. I appreciate the front office for listening to me.
So he says McBride is better than Hawk, especially since Hawk's injury. Well, Hawk's injury set him back for more than a year, and it filtered into 2 different seasons. I think quarterback play is what really hurt because and let me explain this. Most of the stuff where Hawkinson had been thriving before was slants across the middle, crossing routes and stuff that developed off of play action passing. JJ McCarthy absolutely sucks at play action. He cannot do it. And they don't really have a lot of tight end stuff for just straight drop backs or bootlegs and stuff like that, unless it's improv or ad-libbed. So I'm going to say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like Matthew or whatever, because you probably know the numbers better than me. 80% of Hawkinson's routes where he's the primary target is based off of a play action, right?
I have no idea what those numbers would be off the top of my head, but that sounds about right.
It's Jeremy. That's his work account. I see. It's Jeremy Ballreich. Yay, smoking Jeremy B. Okay, now I know what we're talking about. Yeah. But so the numbers weren't there. I feel like, and this is my big point of where I'm going to be on the affirmative for Kyler Murray, not just because I'm affirmative for $1.3 million no matter what. Like you said, we're paying our long snapper is a multiple time Pro Bowler, but we are paying our long snapper more money and we're paying.
So is Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray can run play action. And I'm looking forward to not just TJ Hawkinson, but probably Josh Oliver getting in on the action more too and stuff, on the crossing routes, the slants and stuff like that develop out of play action. Let's see here.
But at the same time,
Correct.
if you looked at his tape in college, he did a lot of play action in college.
Kyler?
No, McCarthy.
McCarthy?
Yeah. His favorite is he always targeted at center of the field. That's why I absolutely love the draft pick. But outside of that,
But here's the thing: what we consider to be play action in the NFL, when he turned his back or whatever, most of the time he was actually handing the ball off. When he had to pass, most of what I've seen, it could all be considered play action, but that's because they ran the fuck out of Blake Corum. What do you have, like over 2,000 yards or some shit? When he had to pass, it was either pistol, shotgun, or straight drop back. All season long, he could not turn his back, turn around and get set. And granted, the first half of the year, our offensive line was still injured. It was a shit show. I mean, it was so bad that Carson Wentz got beat up so bad he had to be done for the rest of the season. But it didn't get better once we got healthy and got the starters back out there. He could not turn his back to where the action is coming from in terms of pass rush. Get set, square his feet, survey the field, and take decisive action on
definitely
hitting
has mechanical issues.
It was a problem all year, and I figured I was worried about that, but I figured, I mean, for fuck's sake, if Kevin O'Connell can get 14 wins out of Darnold, and then now we know Darnold turns around and wins the Super Bowl, he can certainly do something with young JJ McCarthy, but it just didn't work out.
And O'Connell actually said
that's what I was looking for. Run pass options more than play action. Yeah, I was having a brain fart. Thanks, Jeremy.
I agree, run pass options, but
yep.
I really think that it's a mechanical issue that can be taught, and he needs more time to sit on the bench.
Ooh, I like this one. How will the Vikings address the defensive line changes in terms of replacing Javon Hargrave and Jonathan Allen? Well, as of right now, we've talked about this the past couple of weeks, Jeremy. We're actually comfortable having Jalen Redmond and Levi Drake Rodriguez up there, although we expect we'll get like a tier 2 type of guy in free agency. And I'm not interior defensive lineman is one of those in the first round or second round where I'm fine with, and I can see Rob Brzezinski, Flores, O'Connell taking somebody at that position in the first or second round. It's not dedicated to that. They could take a center. Center's probably going later, to be honest. So if it's not a corner, defensive line, that's a possibility for a high round draft pick.
So, Rob, we actually signed two UFL players, and they're really high on them. I forget their names, but they're really high on them. We signed them.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, didn't
for the defensive line, and that's where Jalen Redmond came from.
Yeah. So, what do you think on defense? That question here, Matthew. What's your take on this one?
Well, yeah, if Peter Woods is there at 18, yeah, I would have zero problem drafting him. But other than that, like I keep seeing that Oregon safety Thieneman getting mocked to us at 18. I'd much rather have that. Or again, Terrell, Avian Terrell. I'd rather have him. I'd rather have a good corner. Like we've seen that are like you said, Redmond and Levi Drake Rodriguez can be good. We still just have Isaiah Rodgers, and then we haven't talked about this yet, but the corner we got from the Steelers, who I guess is this year's Isaiah Rodgers, where he kind of came in for 7 games last year when their corner 2 got hurt. And I guess he stepped in pretty well. He's better in the nickel slot than he is outside, but that's kind of what we need. He's 6'2", which I absolutely love. We need big body corners. Okuda was 6'4", but he's just obviously pure trash. This guy was like the second or third highest graded corner in coverage last year per PFF in the 7 games that he did play. We have the defensive back coach that the Steelers had last year. He's played under Flores before, so there's familiarity there. We hope that he can step in and at least be decent because we have nobody. Byron Murphy took a step back last year. Nudi's not seen any field time. Vaughn's not seen any field time. So I would much rather have someone drafted in the secondary. I feel like defensive tackle is a position we can get in the second, third, fourth round. But if Peter Woods is there, I'll take him because he's one of the top defensive tackles. But I'm not trying to take defensive tackle 5 at 18.
No.
James Pierre, James Pierre here. Shoot, I thought I had his numbers. Dang it! Go ahead, Jonathan. I'm trying to look up his.
Go ahead, look up his numbers. He is a good corner, and I think he's going to make number 2. I think with Isaiah Rodgers on one corner, here on 2, Murphy in the slot or nickel, whatever you want to call it. I think we're set on corner. I think we need to go Thielemann or Warren. I think safety's first round because Harrison Smith, we told him June 1st cut,
Yeah.
basically to tell him retire or we don't want you.
And Metellus was an absolute non-factor last year.
Yeah. I don't think any team has ever set on corner. I think corner is a position that you use one draft pick a year, just like a linebacker. You always draft at least one every year.
But if it's not Delaney, McCoy, or Terrell, I'm not interested in corner.
In a high round pick, but I'm all about taking with the sheer amount of late round picks, and we haven't traded Grenard yet either.
Right.
Let's see what we can get out of that.
Chris Johnson in the second round would be just fine with me as well.
Yeah.
Same here.
But yeah, Grenard, I do want to. I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point in this episode. But I'm really surprised that there's been such little talk either way about an extension or a trade, with how busy it was the first 2 days of free agency and how much chatter there was about how allegedly half the NFL had been calling Aspen about him.
Dude, I would take a Eagles second round pick, second and third, or second and fourth.
Yeah. Yeah, it would definitely take a second and a day three. I wouldn't do it for just a second. I'd do it for a high first. But yeah, if you're giving us a second, you're also going to have to give us a day three.
Yep.
Well, in terms of let me add Eric is with us now.
I have another question, guys. What if we go with let's say a surprise tackle falls to us, like Fano or whatever, Spencer Fano from Utah falls to us at 18, which I highly doubt. But at the same time, let's say something. Are we going BPA at 18 or are we going need?
You should always go BPA, but it's like with Grenard. O'Neal, we need to figure him out. We either need to restructure or extend him by the draft to figure out what the hell is going on.
We already restructured him.
No, we haven't.
Not O'Neal.
O'Neal,
we haven't touched his.
Not this year.
We haven't touched O'Neal's contract.
Not yet.
He's a free. This is his last year under contract, so we either need to extend him or figure out what's going on. Because he's a free agent in 2027. So, we need to figure that out. If obviously like a top 2 tackle in the draft falls to 18, and he is a free agent after this year, you absolutely grab one.
And there's a good chance that the BPA could be a position of need anyways. I mean, so what we haven't talked about yet is something that really pisses me the fuck off, which is losing Jalen Naylor.
Yeah.
You know,
it pisses me off too, because
Hawkinson's not getting any younger. He's coming off injuries. Josh Oliver's a blocking tight end mainly. I mean, there's of all the mock drafts that I've ran, it's been tight end, defensive tackle, corner, and I haven't really seen much right where we're at in terms of offensive linemen. There's like 1 or 2 beforehand, and then most of them are a little bit later. But at this point in time, I would be comfortable, even though I think the fans would scream holy hell if we did something like wide receiver at number 18. Let's say somebody really good drops. I don't know who that would be or whatever.
Like Lemon.
I already did that
The kid from Arizona State.
Yeah. Nothing that's reasonable would piss me off there. I mean, safety, defensive tackle, corner. I mean, if there's a guy that's good and considered the best player available at 18, outside of quarterback, obviously,
right.
I think that nothing pisses me off going BPA because, we do have a great talent, but we have about a 2-year window if we can't get it done with the quarterback this year or next year. And then shit's going to start fucking disappearing on us.
Yeah.
And we have to restock the pantry at some point in time,
And let's not us not taking the 5th-year option on Addison too.
Well, we don't have to do that until the end of the season.
Yeah, that's not been hashed out yet or whatever. But
Yeah.
here's
And
one other
especially-
interesting perspective. I want to cycle back just a little bit because Eric, we started off the show obviously talking about Kyler Murray because that's the big splash news, blah blah blah, all that other stuff and everything.
Well,
The one
not
thing we
so
didn't-
big splash news.
Well, I mean, mini splash news, but speaking of Kevin, I'm not Kevin Hart, Kyler Murray.
He's easy to mix them up.
Yeah, I do this all the time. Shit, I did this the second time in the show. I did that. What kind of difference do you think it makes in terms of attitude, fight, and intestinal fortitude, knowing that he grew up and was a diehard Vikings fan? Being a fan and finally playing for the team that you rooted for, like they came out and I get, when Favre threw that interception in 2009 and we knew that we were cooked and we were not going to the Super Bowl. I mean, he said right in his interview, he cried real tears. That's an invested fan. It's not very often where you get a guy that's grown up a fan of the team that gets to play for that team. I mean, JJ McCarthy was a Bears fan,
Wentz.
Carson Wentz was a Vikings fan growing up. Yeah. I mean,
I mean, we've been lucky
career.
We've had Ham and Thielen,
yes,
guys that grew up Vikings fans. So we've been pretty blessed with some good hometown players.
Yeah. And it seems like, I mean, you just see when they perform and they perform well, how much it means to them right up until the normal Vikings season end, which always is heartbreak. But, I just wonder if that motivates him. He's finally getting to play for the team he grew up for, and instead of, well, this is just a job, blah, 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 and I'm not accusing past quarterbacks of doing that or anything, but if you're actually a fan of the team that your only mission in life is to try to win a Lombardi trophy, I think that's a plus.
Oh, most definitely.
I think.
Oh, go ahead.
No, sorry. Go ahead. He was asking you. My bad.
I think that brings a lot to the table for him to try to prove dedication after, especially coming out and saying that he was a Vikings fan. That if he doesn't show work ethic and dedication to the team and to learn the system, granted it will have to be adapted a little bit to him, but it looks bad on him as well as the team. I think if he doesn't at least give everything he's got. So I think it'll definitely make him play harder. So, I mean, that's a benefit in the long run, I think. So fingers crossed, I hope.
Yeah. Matthew?
Yeah, I think between that and the fact that he was cut, like the Cardinals said that they would rather eat $35 million than have him be on their team next year. And based on his outgoing message, he seems like he's not super happy about it, and that he understands that, like, hey, like, I got to show these people that they effed up. And that, to me, is a bigger motivator than the team that you grew up watching. Is when a team gives up on you and says, like, nah, you suck, we don't want you. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to go to this team and show you why you just fucked up. So that's what I'm hoping happens. Is it puts a little bit of a fire under him. And then vice versa with McCarthy, of them bringing in Kyler Murray and him being like, oh, okay, like, are you guys trying to give up on me? Well, guess what? Now I'm working with the quarterback coach out in California. I'm going to come back and show you that job should be mine. So I hope there's a lot of good motivators going into our quarterbacks.
And if he does play well, Winkleman had a pre-show comment about not pulling a Sam Darnold if he performs well. What right, Jonathan? What'd you have to say about that?
So if he does give us a playoff win or do what Darnold did that year, do we re-sign him?
I think you almost have to.
At that point, you put McCarthy on the trading block as well. I mean, you wasted his entire rookie contract. If Murray balls out and gets us to the playoffs and gets us a win, McCarthy's career in Minnesota is pretty much over at that point.
Let alone a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see if Murray balls out, there's no way McCarthy stays on this team past his rookie deal. It doesn't. It wouldn't make sense because the whole point of trying to build around a rookie contract is having the extra money. And granted, he probably won't get a lot in free agency if he does leave, but you haven't touched or built that ability in him to be an NFL quarterback. He's hurt his first year, but had some really good moments his second year, was hurt off and on his second year. Murray comes and beats him out his third year. You're down to 1 year and possibly a fifth-year extension of a kid who hardly had any playing time. And then if Murray does ball out and you extend him, now you're looking at him not playing at all again. So it becomes a wasted pick.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because if he does hit free agency and he says there's no chance I'm resigning here, that's when we always see these players get the 1 year prove it deal. They go show if they can sling it to a team that's actually going to let him start. He's not going to be like, yeah, I'll agree to stay in Minnesota as a backup for 10 or 15 million a year. You just never see that.
No.
One thing I do like about Murray, just watching him over the past 7 years and then watching some of his better highlights and stuff, is his ability to evade pressure.
Yeah, that'll give us an opportunity to get this offensive line to gel maybe a little better, where they're not under the pressure of having to stand and block for a pocket passer, where he can extend plays a little bit better, a little bit longer. Price, I watched one highlight. It was 10 or 15, almost 17 seconds he ran around on a 2-point conversion.
I watched that one this morning myself.
Shit. I at the same time, I don't like that because that's when injuries start to happen, and because players aren't, especially an offensive lineman. If you don't know where your quarterback is, you start to turning your head, and all of a sudden you get leveled or you trip. So I love the extension of plays up to a point. At a certain point, you just got to make a decision. And granted, 2-point conversion, you're not worried about time coming off the clock if you're behind. So it's a little bit better, but I like that ability that he brings. That's probably my favorite thing he brings to the team. So
what do you guys think about his arm strength and accuracy? Because with Addison and Jefferson, you're going to have that.
Looks adequate. It's not detrimental.
It looks decent. I watched one highlight where he rolled into his left, made a nice throw to Harrison Jr. up the sideline about 30, 35 yards. It was a little underthrown, but Harrison Jr. was wide open.
Yeah.
Because the safety and the corner both stepped up when Murray rolled out and left him wide open. And it was a little underthrown, but that's a hard throw to make in the first place, rolling to your left as a right-handed thrower and throwing. But it was spot on. So I think he's got the ability. I know he was drafted as a baseball player too, so the arm strength is there. It's just a matter of finding the time to throw it or the ability to throw it.
Yeah. And again, this stat's probably 2 or 3 years old at this point, but it's probably true most years. Only 7% of passes in the NFL go over 30 yards anyway. So, I don't give a shit if his arm can nail a 60-yard pass once or twice a game. I'd much rather he be able to be accurate on those 20 to 30-yard passes. And we're sitting here talking about his mobility, that's something that we haven't had last year, was with our receivers needing long developing plays. Our quarterbacks are getting swallowed up. McCarthy is decently mobile, but he's also not as mobile as Kyler Murray, and he does get hurt more often when he's on the run, so you don't want him running around. Whereas Kyler Murray in 2024 had 540-something rushing yards, 5 touchdowns. I mean, we were sitting here talking about wanting to pay Dobbs after 2 games. Josh Dobbs, we were sitting here saying, are we going to offer this dude a contract? But then we look at what Kyler Murray can do on his feet, and he's a better quarterback overall than Dobbs, and we're sitting here pissed that we're paying him $1.3 million. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
If anybody's pissed we're paying him 1.3, they have an issue. I don't mind. I mean, if we paid him more than 10 million, I probably would be very unhappy.
Agreed.
But the fact that we got him for such a deal, and Matthew, you posted the other day about, was it Allen, the contract he signed wiped out his guaranteed money? I didn't know
Yeah.
that's how that worked, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's that offset clause for
Yeah.
offsetting money contract clause and everything.
Okay.
So we actually made out damn good on that.
Yes.
Guys, talking about the 1.3 with what the hell is his name? I forget it.
Murray?
Tyler Murray?
Kevin Hart,
No, yeah, Kevin Hart.
Tyler Murray.
So,
Yes.
so my thing is, he's the best quarterback on the market and the cheapest quarterback on the market. Who are we going to go after? We have to talk Derek Carr out of retirement and then trade with the Saints, because the Saints already said we're not cutting him.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson, we have to trade with the Indianapolis Colts. We have to give up something, right?
And he's more injury prone than McCarthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I've seen Vikings fans saying we should have given Kirk $25 million.
But Kirk, why?
Yeah.
Exactly. Why?
Kirk's too old. And then Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I'm not playing that drama game all off season. I'm sorry.
See, Rodgers is the only other one. Like, if we had swung and missed on Kyler, because it was 6 in the afternoon before we actually signed him, and he had been there all day. I was starting to be like, shit, we may have gone full Harbaugh on this and assumed that he was going to be here, and then somehow messed up. But I was like, yeah, Rodgers, if he was willing to put his money where his mouth was last year, where he allegedly said he was willing to come here for like $10 million or less or something like that, and that was still an option, I'd 100% do that. But at the same time, I'm happy. He's 42. He's not a spring chicken. So I'm more excited overall about what Kyler Murray brings to this offense than what Rodgers would have brought to this offense. But Rodgers at $10 million would have been the only other, like, okay, I don't hate this scenario. I would have hated Geno Smith. I would have hated Tua. I would have hated Kirk. I'm reasonably excited with Kyler Murray.
Yeah. So Broski's comment: Murray has no chance of seeing over around the O line. O lines are all tall everywhere. It's not just Minnesota. I mean, he can obviously play football. Not worried about that. Also, the Vikings run such a pass-heavy offense again. That's not going to benefit Murray. Well, here's something of interest for you. And I actually pulled this up to read it for Eric because I know this will interest him. So at the combine, Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson met with the Viking staff. He's one of the ones that they interviewed. This is his exact quote. I got a lot of respect for O'Connell, what he's doing. Also on the defensive side of things in B-Flow. I grew up watching Adrian Peterson play there. Whole bunch of other players, Percy Harvin. When I got in that room with these coaches in front of all of them, it was definitely something I will cherish forever. So it sounds like, and I hate Nebraska with the fire of 1,000 burning suns for obvious
Rob,
reasons. But,
Rob, do you know where Emmett Johnson's from?
Yeah.
He's from Minneapolis, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the pass-heavy offense, I think they're actively working, and I'm actually surprised we haven't talked about this one yet because we have brought some people back. Aaron Jones is back. I did not see that coming.
No, I did not at all.
Same here.
Not thrilled about it.
I'm not thrilled either.
I don't know what because we brought back Xavier Scott we tendered Xavier Scott. We have Jordan Mason. Then all of a sudden we bring back Aaron Jones. I was not expecting that at all.
Well, we brought him back on a cheap deal.
Offensive tackles are shaky, center is shaky, Fries is shaky. What do you mean the offensive tackles? I can't tell you how many Pro Bowls Brian O'Neill's been to, and when healthy, which he wasn't last year, Darisaw is a top 3 in the league.
Oh, they're a top 5 duo. I don't know where that's coming from, but they're a top 5 duo when they're healthy.
Yeah.
I also like seeing Bears fans talk shit when they were a special teams blunder away from getting swept by Brosmer and McCarthy.
Right.
Yeah. Really, yeah. You know,
you barely beat us with Brosmer. Why are you talking trash?
I mean, our O-line isn't it's much improved from what it was. And, you know, we had just talked about what we're going to do with Brian O'Neill. He was our best offensive lineman last year by far.
No, Will Price.
No, Will Fries was the healthiest, but not the best. Brian O'Neill by far was the best.
And that's why I get pissed off at Viking fans, because O'Neill is still playing at elite level.
And we get a center and everybody else just stays healthy, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Give me O'Neill healthy. Give me Fries healthy. Give me a center that can stay healthy.
I mean, Donovan Jackson
smaller than a tight end.
Yeah, Donovan Jackson was really solid as a rookie left guard last year. Brandel played decent at center. Fries is decent when he has healthy tackles and centers next to him. Like we saw with the 1.5 games that our O-line was healthy, McCarthy was doing the best protection he ever had, and he was actually able to sling it. So it was a matter of injuries and just not poor quality starters. We just need to stay healthy.
We need depth. I'm going to tell you that right now. We need depth, but I don't think we need first or second round depth at tackle.
No, but like you say, if which I doubt happens, but Fano Falls, he's a right tackle. He basically was their left tackle till a better left tackle came along, and he went to right tackle and dominated. So if he falls, that's an option you really have to really consider.
I don't think it hurts to draft depth at guard, at center.
Oh, yeah.
But you're not drafting depth in the first round, though.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that in the first round. I'm doing depth at maybe the center. I'm taking second or third, looking at where we're at.
The guy for depth that intrigues me in the draft is the kid from Duke, Parker II. He played left or tackle throughout his college career, but he played at the Senior Bowl at center and was playing phenomenal.
But what about this Alabama center?
This is a guy who now has gained some confidence at playing center and can be a swing tackle, and you could get him in the 5th round. And a guy who could develop as a bigger player. Because you're looking at right now, the best center we have on the roster is Brandel, who didn't play terrible last year. And you're looking at a 6'6", 315-pound center, which isn't a terrible thing. And
what about Parker? What about Parker? Freaking the Alabama center, Parker, or even Logan Jones.
Yeah, I keep rocking Logan Jones.
If you get one of those guys late, Logan Jones or Proctor or
I don't know what the guy's last name is. It starts with a B. It's like Brandel or Brand.
Oh, I don't know for sure.
It's an Alabama center.
That I don't know.
Rob, who's that glorious mullet guy that you always talk about?
Hell no. That's a guard.
He's a guard. It's Jennings Dunker from Iowa. Probably end of 2nd round type of thing, unless he has elevated his draft stock. But
we don't need a guard.
But could he be a guard, center, swing?
He's pretty freaking fat to be a center. I don't know. I mean,
okay.
He's a big dude. I think you could. He's the size of a tackle, but most guards can play center. I've never seen him do it at Iowa because you have Logan Jones at Iowa. I mean,
Fries' contract.
Also,
Logan Jones is the bomb.
But also, Fries' contract was also. Sorry.
You go ahead.
Fries' contract was a 4-year deal, but if you look at his guarantees, it was really a 2-year guarantee, and you could cut him after year 3 with very minimal dead cap. And so he wasn't great last year. He was healthy, but he wasn't dominant. If he shows next year that he's kind of quote replaceable, then that's the type of person that if you're picking in the 2nd round, or if he somehow falls to the 3rd, we have 2 3rd-round picks. So we need depth, and then he could.
With that being said, how about we go at 18 and go with a Penn State guard, Venga, however the hell you say his last name.
See, I'm not trying to draft depth in the 1st round. If he's there at the end of the 2nd or early 3rd, that's one thing. But a first-rounder should be an impact. A first-rounder, especially at 18, should be an impact starter year 1. Not someone hopefully this guy can be an impact
starter year one, but he ain't gonna play.
That's what I'm saying. That's I don't want to use a first round pick on someone that's not going to make it. Like a Dallas Turner, like it's working out now, but he's not going to make his real impact until year 3. I don't want to do that again. If he's there again, end of the second or early third, if we trade back or trade up or whatever, that's someone that if Fries doesn't perform well next year, will be gone after year 2, and then boom, we have our starter for when he's gone.
I really think we look at defensive tackle or corner.
I really agree. I want to say safety.
That's
I think safety is probably number one on the board.
Tackle.
The signing of Pierre, or what's his name?
Yep, Pierre.
James Pierre kind of lowers expectation on drafting corner early. Not to say it won't still happen.
Yeah.
But you're looking at a guy who had a decent season last year, kind of like Isaiah Rodgers, didn't get a lot of snaps, but had a decent, good season. I mean, hell, he picked off Wentz. So, I think corner, the priority on corner kind of drops a little bit, considering that was our only other signing of outside players than Murray is a corner. I think the priority drops. Now you're probably, unless Grenard gets traded, defensive end is off the board, or / outside edge rusher. We'll just say edge rusher. So now I think safety and D tackle jump up that board as far as priority goes. So
even if Grenard does get traded, look at all the guys that are waiting to get their chance. Like Ingram Dawkins and
well, I don't think Ingram Dawkins fits in that same category with you're looking at Bo Richter,
Ingram
Tyler Batty.
Yeah.
And we actually put a tender on Bo Richter, so congratulations.
Yeah. So the center you're thinking about, Link, is from the Alabama is Brailsford.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I just looked him up. He's 290. And we went small center with Bradbury, and that didn't pan out very well. But not to say he couldn't do it. It just I want 300 in the middle. I really do.
I don't want to see a single offensive lineman on this team that doesn't start with the number 3 in some capacity.
But he can't put on weight.
They can. Oh yeah, weight. To me, the two easiest things for a recruit or a draftee to do is gain weight and put on strength.
Yeah, and Jennings Dunker from Iowa can tell you how to do it. He drinks 38 ounces of coffee every day. He eats fast food 5 times a day, and he has a mullet. That's how you do this.
What was the kid from that Denver drafted? That was the same type of guy as Dunker.
Got wife and kids returning. I'm going to mute this.
What the heck was his name? He played at Wisconsin Whitehead or something.
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, I cannot think of his name, but he was ate like 2 boxes of Eggo waffles every morning, and
Jesus,
like really weird shit was like what he ate. I cannot remember, but he showed up at the Senior Bowl with a half shirt and his gut just hanging out.
Looking like Roy Nelson. Any UFC fans?
Yeah.
I cannot remember his name now.
Eric, on the comment about the weight, right? That was the only issue with O'Neal in the draft. You need to put on more muscle. You need to be heavier.
Yeah. He was originally recruited to Pitt as a tight end.
Exactly.
And then moved into tackle.
I'm surprised we haven't played the Ben Johnson style with him.
I think if it was earlier in his career, I think we would have. I think now it's to the point where too risk of Quinn Miners. That was his name.
Quinn Miners.
The guy that Denver took?
Yeah, the big kid from Wisconsin.
Okay, 2 boxes of Eggo waffles. That's insane.
Right?
It was some kind of crazy damn diet he had.
Even when he was a rookie, even when O'Neal was a rookie, I was saying we should do that.
Yeah, Zimmer was way too conservative for that shit.
Use O'Neal as a tight end. Boom.
Yeah,
And
Zimmer
then-
was way too conservative.
And then freaking Ben Johnson did that with what's his face? Decker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there definitely should have been with his ability. He caught, I think, 2 touchdowns in college. You know, as after they switched him over to tackle, so the ability was there. I just think 3-4 years ago it would have been more plausible to use him that way, and I think now it's just to the point where we just need to keep him healthy.
Exactly.
You know.
Imagine the Vikings fan base if we used O'Neal on some cutesy shit trick play and got him injured.
He blows out his knee. I mean,
Yeah, honestly. Just
You know,
pitchforks and
God, with
torches.
how our fan base is, yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I want to put something out there that may or may not mean anything to you guys, but we talked about safety too, which is something that's a very real possibility. Caleb Downs will not be there. Okay. Caleb Downs is 6 foot 206. Dylan Thieneman, 6 foot 201. AJ Halsey, 6 foot 215. Somebody that will be there, and we might actually be able to trade back 2 spots or whatever, and he'd still be there. Emmanuel McNeil Warren, 6'4", 201. That's something I would like to see in the back end, is a guy that's back there that's freaking 6'4".
Yeah.
I know
Rob,
people
I
are way
don't
higher on.
mean any disrespect for you. Do
Huh?
you pay attention to any mock drafts?
we've taken him in several mock drafts that I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of the professionals, like on NFL Network, have him going to Dallas.
In the early
I haven't
second.
seen that, but I've seen Thieneman move up to, higher spots. But I also,
Right.
you look at what happened in the free agent market. I expected a lot of these mock drafts done by NFL Network and ESPN to have Love dropping further, and now I see a lot of them having Tennessee take him. So I don't know.
We
It's
can't.
So
really
you're
say
saying
what they
McNeil
think,
Warren
but we
going
have
in the
to-
top 10 overall?
He's going to. Love's going in the top 10.
No, I meant Neil Warren. You said you've seen professional mock drafts and having Dallas take him in the top 10 overall.
Dallas
I've
is
seen him
14.
between 20 and 25.
Are they?
I've
Yeah,
never
they're
seen him
14.
go that high.
Okay.
Jeremiah, what the hell?
Daniel
is it?
Jeremiah?
Love.
Yeah. Daniel Jeremiah picked him at 14 with the Cowboys,
Huh.
Gotcha. Why did I think they were a top 10 pick?
That's high.
but he has us taking Thielemann. But then I don't agree with half his draft, so
his,
I actually do agree with Daniel Jeremiah quite a bit. But
and
that's
that's why I want him to be our freaking GM. You know what I'm saying?
Was he the dude that was saying the Vikings should trade up to
Have
7?
Rob B be the freaking cap guy. Bam, we're set.
Who was the guy on Fox Sports that was saying the Vikings should trade up to 7 and all it would take was second rounder, third rounder, and a 2027 fourth or some shit?
I saw that, but I didn't see who did it because I'm just looking at like CBS's mock draft has us taking Thieneman at 18 and McNeil Warren going to the Panthers at 19. So
Okay.
it's all over the place,
Yeah, I'm
Caleb
sorry,
Downs falls to 10.
but I've said this last week. Warren's better than Thielemann.
I think they both are very. I think Thienemann's a better athlete. I think McWarren's a better tackler. So
going that extra 4 inches of size on the back end and everything, especially when we're trying to defend against deep passes. When we're in a division with Jared Goff and Jordan Love, and everything else, I like the whole 6'4" about with McNeil Warren.
I'm trying to think of the safety we drafted a couple of years ago, 4 years ago. That was 6'4". He ended up going to Dallas as a free agent.
Steen, or are you talking about Lewis Steen?
No. God, no, he didn't go. He didn't go to Dallas.
Oh shit!
That
I know
was-
who you're
that
talking-
was in the 6'4".
Yes, I know who you're talking about. It was God dang it.
I cannot think of his name all of a sudden.
Yeah, I know.
You're not talking about
Evans?
Anthony Harris,
like-
are you?
We were like,
Are you
oh,
talking about Evans?
No,
The
no,
corner?
no, no, no.
It's gonna bother me now.
I know. I'm looking it up too right now.
Not Anthony Harris?
No, no.
The Freak's nephew or cousin.
Yes, Curse.
J-Ron Curse. Yes.
Yep,
Javon-
that's
yes.
who it was.
Oh.
J-Ron Curse.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like 6'4", 205, something like that.
I forgot
Yeah,
about that guy.
he was. And I'm like, I was almost ready to buy a J-Ron Curse jersey, and all of a sudden they just give up on him and he goes to Dallas. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, and I think he was even surprised. And then now it's gonna be like, well, I'm gonna show you guys you fucked up too, type of deals. And I mean, he did. He was never a superstar, but I mean, he had a good career, but Dallas also had a good defense back then too. If Minnesota would have just kept him around, but that's Zimmer doing Zimmer shit again,
Yeah.
Rob, that's why I don't buy Viking jerseys anymore. Every time I buy a fucking Viking jersey, somehow that player gets traded or he's awful.
Yeah.
That's me whenever I get a quarterback jersey.
Hey, that's why I always go O-line, because I have two
Yeah.
O'Neal jerseys.
Donovan Jackson.
Most of my jerseys are just customized just because like the VWO stuff and whatever. But the last couple things I invested in has all been Andrew Van Ginkel stuff, because even if he only plays one more year for us, it was worth it.
Right.
Dude, I had a Dwayne Washington jersey.
See, I had an Alex Boone jersey.
Man, he was good though when he was with us. Outside of us, he was bad.
I know he was awesome with us.
I have a Stephon Diggs jersey I've never worn. That's no shit.
I
Well, you
ordered.
can-
I
never
ordered the
been-
day of the draft. I ordered a Chad Greenway jersey the day we drafted him. I got online
Yeah.
right
I
after
did
we
too.
drafted him and ordered one.
I did
that
too.
was me
And
with McCarthy.
the day
Wow.
that we traded for Jared Allen, I went and logged in and bought one off of NFL.com for Jared Allen too. So Greenway and Jared Allen was same day ones. I just, yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm not doing this, And surprisingly enough, I've not gotten myself a Hawkinson jersey yet. I have an Iowa one. I don't have a Vikings one.
I do. I just ordered last year. Actually, it's funny. I ordered off Temu. They were $16 a piece. Ivan Pace Jr. and a TJ Hawkinson jersey.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
The only thing they're missing is the NFL logo on the collar. That's
Right.
the only thing that makes them look different.
Yep.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, my guy that we have that gets us all of our stuff, it's all under the table stuff coming from China. You cannot tell the difference when you see my either my custom jerseys or my player jerseys and everything. And they do have the NFL shield, the label down here. I mean, it's an exact replica. But I also get jerseys it's all fully stitched jerseys for $55 instead of $350. So
That's fantastic.
and if anybody's watching this this podcast and they want to be able to do that or whatever, just message me either on Twitter or on Facebook, and I will give you the name of the gentleman that provides these jerseys, and he would appreciate your business.
Is this Chen? Is this still Chen?
No, it's Chris Roberts. You don't know him.
Hey, Winkleman, we're going to need you to take one for the team and get a Grenard jersey so we trade him.
Yeah, I'm going to send you that information as soon as we're done here, Wink. So,
Okay.
what do you? But this is actually like no shit important. What? And we only have a couple minutes left here. What do you think we'll get for Grenard? And I'm not mad if it's even more third round picks or anything like that. I want to get multiple picks. So, what do you think we'll get?
I think the realistic is the second rounder in a day 3.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep.
Especially with the Crosby deal falling apart, I think that hurts the Grenard deal a little bit. But I really honestly thought we could sneak it back into the back end of the first round with, Seattle or New England and get just the like a 31 and a 7th or something like that. But realistically, I'm thinking a 2nd and a 5th or a 6th at this point, which I wouldn't be mad at.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying the Eagles. I would not be mad at all if we had 2 second-round picks this year, because there is a lot of stuff going on in there that I would like to have access to. That we would,
because if we do that right, Rob, we can actually move up in the draft if we have 2.
Yeah, you have multiple thirds, multiple seconds. You have draft capital. You can, if you did have a guy that nobody thought you ever had a snowball chance in hell of getting, you have enough draft capital to move up now then to do that as well. And that's something we haven't discussed yet either. But
and Dallas has been getting rid of a bunch of defensive linemen, so they need defensive linemen. We could take their second round pick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would not. I originally was kind of, when people were starting to say 2nd and 5th, I was like, we could get, after seeing the Crosby deal, I was like, we could get a 1st for him without a doubt, because their stats aren't that. There isn't a huge gap in their stats. I mean,
right.
Granted, Crosby was better in pretty much every category, but not by a lot.
Right.
And I think Bernard's only like 3 months older, so you're not looking at a big age this discrepancy. So at first I was like, but now that I kind of step back and look at it, a 2nd and a 5th, or even a 2nd and a 6th, I wouldn't get overly butthurt about getting.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have 5 picks in the top 100.
Oh fuck yeah, I would be in heaven.
Oh,
in heaven.
At the same time, Crosby was hurt, and that's the only reason why they backed out of that trade.
Well, so is Bernard. He just had a shoulder surgery.
Yeah. But
So,
I honestly almost think that Hendrickson came to Baltimore and went, hey, give me a shot to go back and fucking beat up on the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'll do it for this price. It'll be way cheaper than paying fucking Crosby. And they went, he didn't pass the physical. I mean, I think there's a lot of behind the scenes bullshit, I think, that goes on in those deals, and I think that was part of it.
Yeah.
Do you believe they wanted both? Do you buy that?
I think they did. I just don't think they could afford both. That's the problem.
Okay,
guys, we got 1 minute left. Closing thoughts. Matthew.
I don't know. Go Kyler.
Okay. Okay, Eric.
I don't know what to think right now. Let's
well,
I guess welcome Kyler.
Right.
Let me get lower. Welcome Kyler.
Yeah. Wink.
Mike, we need a taller quarterback. Can you grow, Kyler? Welcome.
All right. Well, hey, this has been real fun. I'm looking for the second wave of stuff to start happening here within the next week. We'll probably have a lot more to talk about next week. Until then, come back and see us again next Saturday at noon. Same TV channel on, if you have Roku TV, on the Huddle Sports Network. Same Facebook pages, same Twitter pages, same YouTube feed. Thanks for joining us, guys. Skull.
Skull. Go.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the huddle.